Your lesson essential question is, how are key details in a scientific text connected? So again, we're looking at those key details and how they're connected. And we're focusing on scientific texts again. Remember, a scientific text tells you information about a scientific topic. So we might be reading about plants, animals, maybe life cycles or space. Remember, there's lots of scientific topics. Remember, key details and informational texts are connected in specific ways. So we've been talking a lot about sequence. We've been identifying a lot of sequence. And we've also been identifying some cause and effect in the texts that we've been reading. We've been reading the text. We've been identifying those key details and how they relate to each other. And again, we've been focusing on cause and effect. We have not talked about comparing and contrasting yet. We probably will do that next quarter. We've talked about sequence. We've been recording our key details, and we've also been using those cause and effect relationships and those sequence words in our writing. This text is called Emperor Penguins. It's another scientific text about animals. We're going to read it, and we're actually going to practice some test questions today. And we're going to be talking about some great strategies for test taking. Emperor penguins live in icy Antarctica. Like all animals, the penguins change as they grow. The changes are called a life cycle. What is the life cycle of a penguin? First, a female lays an egg. Then she leaves to hunt for food. You guys are getting really good at identifying sequence. What are the sequence words in paragraph 2? You probably said first and then. What does she do after she lays her egg? You're right, she leaves to hunt for food. The male penguin takes care of the egg. He holds the egg on top of his feet and keeps it warm. He stands holding the egg for 2 months. Seeing these words 2 months actually does show sequence. It's telling us how long something is happening. Then the mother returns. She takes the egg and the father goes to eat. So after those 2 months, that's when the mother takes over, holding the egg. Why does the mother take over? Probably said because then the father goes to eat. Finally, the chick or baby bird hatches. Both parents care for the chick. Soon the chick grows new feathers. Now the chick is a fledgling, or young penguin. At 5 or 6 years old, the penguin becomes an adult, or fully grown. An adult can start its own family. Before we talk about these key words that are in bold, I want you to identify the sequence words in paragraph 4. You probably said finally. The word finally tells us that's what's happening at the end. That's what's happening last. Soon the chick grows feathers. Now the chick is a fledgling. And then at 5 or 6 years old, the penguin becomes an adult or fully grown. So lots of sequence words there. I want to point out some text features. Now, text features give us more information about a text. I see some really important bold words. So we have life cycle, egg, fledgling, and adult. These bold words are important words to the text because the egg is the first step. Okay, soon the chick is a fledgling. That's the next step of the life cycle. And then in the end, the emperor penguin is an adult. So at 5 or 6 years old, the emperor penguin's an adult. So these key words are showing us the steps of the emperor penguin's life cycle. And that's why they're in bold, because they are very important words to the text. Let's take a look at these questions. Why does the female penguin leave her egg? So we're looking for why she leaves. We have so the egg can begin to hatch, so she can hunt for food in the sea, because the male rolls the egg away, because the egg does not need much care. So we don't just decide on an answer. We go back to the text and we find the text evidence that proves our answer. Even though we're not writing, we still need to prove our answer. So I'm going back into the text and I'm looking for evidence that answers why she leaves the egg. And I see in paragraph 2, it says, first a female lays an egg, then she leaves to hunt for food. So why is she leaving? To hunt for food. So I came back to the text and I found the answer. Okay, so why does she leave? So the egg can begin to hatch? No, that's not what's happening yet. We know that doesn't happen until paragraph 4. I see it right here. So she can hunt for food in the sea? Yep, that's the text evidence that I found, but let's read the other ones just in case. Because the male rolls the egg away. I don't think we read about that at all in this text. Because the egg does not need much care. Well, we know that's not true because we know that the father is keeping it warm. So our answer is B. Some important strategies that I just used. First, I made sure to read the question and the answers. Then I made sure to go back to the text. Going back to the text, you know you'll never get that answer wrong because you're looking for it in the text. And I also eliminated answer choices. So all of these X's are showing me I've already proved why these are wrong, and I'm going to just take them off the list. So it's important that we're using these test-taking strategies. What do the words egg, fledgling, and adult in dark print help you understand? So we talked about these bold words here, and we talked about how they were very important to the text. When I answer a short response question like that, I need to make sure that I restate the question. So I said, the words egg, fledgling, and adult help me understand, and then I answered it, the stages of a penguin's life. Now you're going to go do a practice question on your own.